And here we go at Pierce College, the site of the WIAA 2A classification volleyball championships, and we're in the first round of games. It's the third game on court number 1, as we've seen West Valley and Burlington Edison advance to the quarterfinals, along with Washington with the first upset of 8th-ranked Seahawks, taking on the Vikings of Sela in the second round. But here we go with 4 more games left to be played to determine the other quarterfinalists. And now we get started with 2 teams in white. The Fife Trojans, with their back to us, will be serving to the Anacortes Seahawks, who come in ranked number 6. The Seahawks with a 16-1 record. Only loss during the regular season to Burlington Edison. They also had a 4A loss to Richland in tournament play. The Fife Trojans 17-2, 24-4 overall, and actually it'll be the Seahawks serving to the Trojans as we get underway. Let's get you today's starting lineups. I'm Tom Smith with the WIAA Network, and glad you dialed us up as the first point goes to the Fife Trojans, who will take over the lead. Let's give you their starters as Coach Shauna Shula announced them to us. The libero is Angela Langang, number 1, with the middle hitter Ariel Barber, a freshman at 6 feet. Number 5, Ayana Joseph, and number 6, Laura Linden, the outside hitters, with Kendra Faulkner, the junior outside hitter and defensive specialist. Number 9, Eva Linden, and Andra Coquet, number 10, the senior setter, just serving there as 1-1 as Anacortes serves. Number 11, Claire Smith, rounds out the Trojans starting lineup. And we're going to have the Trojans faithful right in front of us, so it could be kind of fun for all. For Coach Kelsey Swamp, the third-year coach, who says they're offensive as well. Taylor Rodriguez, number 1. Lucy Bessler, number 5. Maddie Keltner, number 7. Kiana Callis, number 8. The setter, and Marla Melling, your middle blocker, number 9. The libero wears number 10, the purple bluish jersey for the Seahawks, and number 13, Jessica Riddle, the senior outside hitter. So freshmen in the Seahawks squad and 4 freshmen on the Trojan squad as they get set. Laura Linden sets it up for Eva Linden, and a point to the Trojans as they climb to within 1 and get the service down 3-2. In comes Ayana Joseph, the freshman outside hitter, back into the front line along with Eva Linden and Ariel Barber. The service by Linden, first name Lara, 2 sisters of course, as the libero Lengang sets it up. The other way comes Taylor Rodriguez for the Seahawks, and a bump to the corner is long on the running effort by Jessica Riddle. So both squads have their freshmen and their seniors, but both squads also have those underclassmen, sophomore and juniors. So both teams look to be strong for a while here in the 2A classification. Here come the Seahawks setting it up. Langang, and we got a net violation. Point and ball back to the Trojans, who take a 4-3 lead here early. As I said, I'm Tom Smith. Glad you've dialed us up here on the lineup. Obviously, you'd expect to see a lot of top 10 teams, but we've also had unranked teams play really well to get in and even upset some of the ranked teams, as Washington pulled down Seahawks in the game before. And the Colville Indians look to play an important role as well. Mark Morris and they tangle here in the court number 1, while Steilacoom and Squim go at it in court number 2 at 4:30. East Valley and Tumwater, second-ranked Tumwater and first-ranked Colville. You can pencil them in, but I wouldn't draw any ink in this tournament. As you can see, these games and these teams are evenly matched. And right down the middle goes Marla Melling with the kill shot for the Seahawks. And in the early going, we can see it's going to be a back and forth affair. Fife now receiving from Melling and Anacortes. Trojans set it up, back set. Eva Linden, and she finds an opening. Eva and her sister Laura. Laura, the senior, outside hitter at 6 feet. Eva at 6 feet, a sophomore outside hitter and setter. So look for her to contribute a lot. Ariel Barber now serving for the Trojans, up 6-4. Deep they go to Maddie Keltner. And down the middle, the power shot by Jessica Riddle, and the kill makes it 6-5. Maddie Keltner serving now, down by 1. These 2A schools play a lot like 3A and 4A squads with their power and their sophisticated offenses. No serves and receives are all about obviously every facet of the game, but also being aggressive. You asked Shauna Shula how the Trojans would be described. She goes, oh, we're aggressive. You asked Kelsey Schwab, the third-year coach for the Seahawks. She goes, we're offensive. So slightly different words, but pretty much they're going to go at each other here. And in game 1, Trojans leading and serving 7-4. The hometown team on the scoreboard, being the lower end of the bracket and going over the block and getting a point. Laura Linden with the winner will be credited with the kill. And a 3-point lead for Fife. Fife, who finished atop Washington, 13-1 in league play, 7-2 in overall coming into this tournament. The set by Kiana Cullis, and the Seahawks celebrate the kill as Jessica Riddle goes back to serve with a couple of kills to her credit. Back deeper, Linden surrounding Angela Langang, and Eva Linden from behind the right line. The sophomore to her senior sister. And pushed over and deep, but Angela Langang picks it up. So Laura Linden goes deep, and Kristen Hiles picks it up for the Seahawks, who go cross court. Laura Linden knew that one was going to drop, but it looked like it was. Langang to Koch Gay, who goes over, and this time it's deep on the effort by the Seahawks. Jessica Riddle. And in for service comes Kendra Faulkner, the junior outside hitter. Kendra setting up with a 3-point lead, 9-6 over these Seahawks, ranked number 6. And down the middle, Lucy Bessler finds the crevice. A little crack in the Trojan defense that looked big to her, and she gets the winner. Well, we've had several games tightly contested, but none go to 5 sets. They've all been decided in 4 or 3 here in the 2A tournament. As the Trojans go up 10-7. Seaholm will stick around for the consolation bracket. It's double elimination. The tournament format is still 5 games, rally, serve, score, as Angela Langang, the libero, at 5'2", the junior, serving, drops it over the net and in front of Taylor Rodriguez. Seahawks reaching, and Shauna Shula. Coach Shula, how about that? You like to play for Coach Shula. Not the Dolphins, though. It's the Trojans. As Langang continues her serve. Up to power it down is Marla Melling. And Melling gets a kill to bring her team back in control of the service. And down by 3, they're hoping to put together a rally behind the service of Kiana Callis against these Trojans and get back on even footing here in game 1. Going the other way, it's Ariel Barber, and the Trojans faithful cheer the winner from Barber. 12-8 the score. Audra Coquet, the senior setter, to serve. Right-hander with a deep ponytail into the net for the service error. And coming the other way is Maddie Keltner, the senior outside hitter, serving, picked up by Eva Linden. Coquet gets it back to Faulkner. Kendra goes over. And the push shot, nice dig by Laura Linden. And a miscue on the hit by Kendra Faulkner, and it'll be 12-10 as the Seahawks take over the ball. Maddie Keltner serving, right-handed from the left-hand side, dropping it underneath. Faulkner picks it up, inside set. Laura Linden with the winner off the block. Getting up high was Marla Melling, and a couple of kills to Laura Linden's credit. Linden will serve from the left-hand side, her team leading the 6th-ranked Seahawks by 3 on the 13-10 first game score. First same set frame. Nice effort by Rodriguez, picked up by Linden. Linden from the back line off the net. Popped up nicely by Maddie Keltner on the dig. And down the line, the attempt by Jessica Riddle goes wide. And a 14-10 score for the Trojans from Fife. Laura Linden to serve. Anacortes coming down from Anacortes, the gateway to the San Juan Islands. The Trojans, well, they're a Tacoma school. Blue and gold, District 3, moving in. Up by 3, they'll now defend as Marla Melling serves. Nice get by Ayana Joseph. Setting it up as Anacortes. Back set, cross court, underneath Angelina Langang. Number 1 to number 1 as Taylor Rodriguez couldn't convert on the kill. Jessica Riddle with a push finds the open spot. And the winner is 14-12. Well, you can power it down, or you can also spot an opening and just get it there. Melling continues, down by 2, spraying the ball all over on her serves. Back set to even Linden off the block. And standing tall is Jessica Riddle as she gets the block. For Anacortes, now a 1-point game here as Melling keeps her streak going. Langang ranging over is Coquet as Lara gets it over. Laura Linden. There's Laura and Eva Linden, 2 sisters. And Langang, oh, she tried to exploit the corner. She's spraying the ball in return, but not making certain. Maddie Keltner checks in as Marla Melling continues. All tied at 14. Play at the net. And an infraction at the net. So Anacortes takes the lead on the technicality. In comes Claire Smith, junior middle blocker, middle hitter, and defensively, actually, she'll take a seat. It's Angela Langang coming in as Melling continues her service, leading by 1 now, all the way back after being down by 3. Melling serving up a streak. Laura Linden gets to it. Anna Joseph to Ariel Barber, and it's long. And a timeout called, 16-14, Anacortes leading the Fife Trojans. Well, the Trojans burn a timeout, try to get on top of this Anacortes squad who's climbed from behind to take a 2-point lead in game 1. 6th-ranked Seahawks weren't going to be buried easily, and Trojans came out of fire after being quickly down, coming back and tying them. And now Jessica Riddle is finding the open space, and that's her 4th point on the kill. As Marla Melling continues with her service streak, building a 3-point lead after being down by 3, so 6 straight points. Back set to Eva Linden, picked up nicely by Kiana Collis. Rising high is Jessica Riddle, and her power shot bounces high into the wall here at Pierce College, right above the Raiders basketball banner. They got a couple of banners up on the wall proclaiming their divisional championships and NWAC championships, including last year in baseball. Women's basketball quite strong as well here in the Lakewood area. 19-14, a 5-point lead for Marla Melling, and we salute the WIAA in bringing this excellent tournament to you on their network. Trojans rally, setting things up. Kiana Callis coming back, and it drops in for a point to the Seahawks, who now have what seems to be a commanding first game lead of 20-14. Back set to Linden, Lara, Eva, and the touch by the Seahawks, and it's a 5-point edge to the Seahawks, and Coach Shula sends in Claire Smith, the junior middle blocker, middle hitter, trying to help load up that front line. Ariel Barber, the middle hitter, who's a freshman, serving. And it's the Seahawks with the answer, 21-15. Back in comes Angela Langang, this time replacing Barber. Two freshmen starting in this young Trojan squad. And at this stage, it's all about the team and how they're coming together chemistry-wise. Both of them looking and feeling very aggressive. And Jessica Riddle has not stopped since finding her rhythm with the kills. 22-15, a 7-point edge as Taylor Rodriguez opposite here serving. Linden to Smith. Claire can't put it away. Riddle pops it up. And the kill shot attempt by Callis is a winner. 23-15. And Coach Shula will have to call her second timeout, trailing by 8.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Trojans break the huddle. Number 6, Laura Linden back in. Taylor Rodriguez continues to serve, just 2 points away from claiming game 1 for the 6th-ranked Seahawks. Trojans want to do something else about it. And it's 23-16 as Fife comes out of the huddle and gets what they want, the point and the ball back. Service by Eva Linden. Riddle from the other side, off the block. Not touched, they say. Bouncing wide, it's 23-17 as Eva Linden looks to continue her service and maybe build on it. Deep. Kept alive. Seahawks. Trojans in trouble. Joseph mishandles, and it's 24-17. It's not only point game for the Seahawks as Jessica Riddle gets set to serve. They'd love to take game 1, but they've got a nice 7-point edge as they get set. Langang gets there, bumped up. Laura Linden. Seahawks hit it back up, and the winner on the kill shot by number 5, Lucy Bessler. So Anacortes puts the first game in the books, 25-17, taking a 1-0 advantage in game scores. We'll be back with game number 2 after this. You're watching the 2A WIAA Volleyball Championships here from Pierce College on the WIAA Network. As we get set to go to game 2 here in this first round game between Fife and Anacortes, with the Seahawks leading the Trojans by a 1-0 score. Let's salute the referees. The up official, Jim Orr. The R2 on the downside is Troy Lee. Your linesmen manned by officials as well, John Briggs and Jim Lennox, the L1 and L2. 25-17, Anacortes downing Fife, the team on the lower end of the bracket with the home scoreboard moniker. As Tumwater tangles next door to us against East Valley, the Red Devils trying to do what they can as things get underway here. And the Trojans get the first point. So down 1-0. Good answer as Jessica Riddle slaps fives in front of us with libero Christine Hiles for the Seahawks. The service coming the other way by Audra Coquet. At the net, trying to slam it home is Maddie Keltner, and the team with their backs to us is the Anacortes Seahawks. Down 2-0 on that play. Are they going to replay that point? Coquet reserves. And it's the Seahawks celebrating the second point, tying things up 1-1 here in game 2. Kiana Callis. Oh, winding a service. Kendra Faulkner gets there, but can't return in good order. So Callis with his service winner on the 2-1 lead in game number 2, looking for a 2-0 game score lead. She plays the net like a fiddle, striking the band, and the ball drops over. Very difficult to return that when your shell is all set deep. 3-1 service, trying the other line. May have gone out, but the Trojans play it. Kendra Faulkner going out on the return effort, deep in her own end. 4-1, the early lead for the Seahawks here, trying to put away the Trojans. And as long as they keep winning the sets, by winning the points, they can build a 2-0 lead and maybe a 3-0 lead, but Trojans showed some resilience in their first game, so don't count them out. Eva Linden coming right back at it. Angela Langang helping as it's set up the other way by Kristen Hiles. And Jessica Riddle goes strong and gets another Seahawks kill shot, 5-1. Our previous game in this court was so darn close we couldn't pick a team to win. Seahome, ranked number 8, fell to Washington. 3-1. And we have a stoppage of play in front of us. Seahome coming in from Bellingham, ranked number 8. Washington, the Patriots, unranked, figuring out a way to upset that ranked team as we have a discussion among the officials. 5-1 is the game score as Kiana Callis will serve again. They'll replay the point, says the R2 to the coach asking the question, Kelsey Schwab, wondering. And in between the pins, it's Eva Linden. And we have a violation, which will yield the point to Anacortes. Play a little footsie to get the ball back to Kiana Callis, whose string of rallies set off by her serve have fashioned this Anacortes lead against the Fife Trojans. Showing a lot of school spirit in their support here. Coming up from Tacoma down to Lakewood, I should say, down. Riddle has to push over. Coming the other way, it's Laura Linden. And the return effort by Kristen Hiles not good enough. And it's 6-2 as the Trojans finally get the ball back. And it'll be Laura Linden serving for the Fife School from the South Puget Sound League. The 2A version, thank you very much. There's a 3A, of course. And the big North and South 4A versions. Stepping off is Kendra Faulkner. Stepping on is number 5, Ayana Joseph. Laura Linden, the senior, outside hitter to serve. Jumps at the line. And coming right back, trying to power it down is Marla Messing. But the block is strong with number 2, Ariel Barber. Another 6-footer leading the way right next to 6-footer sophomore outside hitter Eva Linden. So good block effort by those two. (6-3) the score as Fife starts the rally. Jessica Riddle, and we're going to have a net violation against Fife. And the bench is up and celebrating. Kenzie Courtney, the freshman, getting off her bench and celebrating down the row of players. 7-3, the Anacortes score. As the R2 checks for the official scores. No doubt a sequencing question. Conferring with the coach, Kelsey Swap. Maddie Keltner serving for the Seahawks. Down the middle, an attempt by Ariel Barber. And the block by Marla Melling, who's had some kill shots and contributing on the block side of things. 8-4, Anacortes doubling up Fife. Don't forget that happened early before the seesaw battle to the end. Coming the other way, Taylor Rodriguez goes cross court for the kill. Maddie Kelter getting something going as a server for the Seahawks. 9-4, deking over the blocks. Fife has to live another day. And Riddle can't go through the block of Barber and Eva Linden. Barber will serve. Also in the back is Laura Linden and Audra Coquet. Hiles gets to it, sets it up, and Taylor Rodriguez with the kill. And all of a sudden, the senior opposite hitter being pulled into the fray. Lucy Bessler checks in, the sophomore. Marla Melling now. Remember, she had a streak of serves, helped put away game 1. Fife may remember that, and they're going right back to their strength with Ayana Joseph powering down a kill shot. Claiming back the ball, down by 4. It's 10-6. Anacortes leading here in game 2. A 1-0 set score advantage to Anacortes. They were tested early, but they showed their mettle. Hiles gets underneath it, and Callis can't convert. 10-7. Fife Trojans battling with the Seahawks. Taylor Rodriguez all the way over to Jessica Riddle. Goes cross court. Trojans are there. Laura Linden goes deep. Kristen Hiles reaches for it, and they have to go over. Keltner tries to make something attacking of it. Like I said, these are two aggressive teams. Trouble on the Trojan side, and trying to get out of trouble is Coquet. Rising high, Lucy Bessler with a kill. And these Anacortes Seahawks spread the glory, don't they? Taylor Rodriguez up by 4, 11-7 here in game 2. Eva Linden attacking Maddie Keltner. Jessica Riddle down the line goes wide as Eva Linden looks hopefully. 11-8. And back in is Kendra Faulkner to serve for the Trojans, who've hung tough within 3 in game 2. Riddle off the net. Faulkner getting there, bumping it over to Kiana Collis, or is that Maddie Keltner? Faulkner and Keltner. And Laura Linden cranks it from the net. Anacortes comes right back. Trouble, and the Trojans score it. 11-9. As Faulkner will serve. Riddle, ooh, thought she found an opening. Trojans react well. Eva Linden, ooh, and a back set is over. Coming right back at it, trying to have to keep it alive. Boy, using all her ability is Kiana Collis. Just very innovative there with her hands, her elbows, forearms, I should say. Laura Linden pushes deep, but Hiles is there off the block. The Trojans with the winner. Draw to within 1. It's 11-10. And Anacortes Seahawks coach Kelsey Swap encouraging her defense. Kendra Faulkner now, the junior serving, leaping, dropping it into Kyles. Hiles, back set to Riddle. Jessica off the block, it drops. And it's 12-10 as finally the Seahawks get the ball back. And in 3 straight sets, Tumwater sets themselves up for a quarterfinal appearance. And that will be who will take on the winner of this match. All game scores exact the same.
Number 9, Samantha McCrum.
12-11 goes to 13-11 behind the service of Kristen Hiles. Here in game number 2, Anacortes fighting to establish some kind of edge against this tough Trojan squad from Fife. Riddle off the block. Looked like Maddie Keltner wanted a chance at it as well. Laura Linden goes down the line, popped up by Callis. Riddle over confidently with one hand, arms it over. Down the middle, the push by Barber. On the block, the battle. And claiming the victory is number 8, Kiana Callis, with a blocking point. Although it may have been a technical call there. Kristen Hiles continues her service, trying to build on the 3-point lead here in game number 2 to gain the inner lane to get set number 2, and the miss hit by Marla Melling. Don't see too many of those for her. 14-12. Audra Coquet is serving for the Trojans. Maddie Keltner for the Seahawks. Can't get it over. And it's 14-13, a 1-point edge for Anacortes, who now must play defense with Audra Coquet going back to serve. As East Valley retreats from court number 2, going down the stairs. And behind our Trojans on the far side. Riddle from behind the line, attacking. And going right back at it is Kiana Callis. And a 2-point edge as Callis will serve. She goes right at Eva Linden, who's been busy for the Trojans tonight in all manner of fashion. And she finds a way, and it looked like it dropped in, but the flag raises saying it's gone long. And a 16-13 score. Anacortes now serving over the net. And things are going right. Things are going right. Well, that's easy to say, right? Service winner by Callis. 17-13 serve now. The rally coming the other way. Kendra Faulkner tries to make things happen. Rodriguez bumps it up, and Fiona Roach, she takes a stroke as Kiana Callis powers it down for another kill shot. Well, she's won it blocking. She's won it with the digs. Kiana Callis is on a streak, and with a 5-point edge, the Seahawks force a timeout by the Trojans. 18-13 in game number 2.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said, "Go to Les Schwab." When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Back to action at court number 1. The Fife Trojans down by 5 in the second game. And a strong sense the Anacortes, 6th ranked, wants to establish some dominance, but a foul called by Fife, and a 5-point edge becomes a 6-point edge as Kiana Callis serves. Good rally here by the Trojans. Rodriguez and Laura Linden comes away with the point and will serve, pulling back to within 5. 19 for Anacortes, 14 for Fife. The Trojans tough against the Seahawks. Service by Laura Linden. The knuckle by Nora Melling. And Marla Melling with the winner. Gets the kill. Maddie Keltner to serve now for Anacortes. First one's to 20 here in game number 2. 6-point edge as they arrive at that threshold. Off the block, the Trojans respond. The push by Coquet finds an opening, and Coquet gets the kill. She's done a couple of good things there as Coquet. Ariel Barber now. 20-15. Deep to Riddle. Jessica sets up, but they go the other way to Taylor Rodriguez. Fife is there. And point to the Trojans. I think that was a carry called. I think the one official, and I'm not sure if I read that hand signal correctly. 20-16, Ariel Barber, the freshman. Hiles. And going wide is Marla Melling, so she's had found a rhythm, but Jessica Riddle struggled early to get inside the lines. And Ariel Barber will continue to her serve, drawing the Trojans to within 3 in game 2 here. Nice skip by Riddle. Rodriguez pops over the running block attempt by Ana Joseph, and in front of the server Barber. Out comes Hiles, and she gets into the celebratory mode as Marla Melling now looks to serve a 4-point streak to win game number 2. It's 21-17, and going long is Audra Coquet. So 1 of 4 down, 22-17. Trojans looking to get the ball back. Comes with a point if they can win it here. And Claire Smith tries something that works. 22-18, Eva Linden, the sophomore, will serve. Callis. Nice. dive by Callis and Kyles now. Rodriguez, and a good get by Langang. And it's 23-18. Service to Taylor Rodriguez, who was working so well at the net. Now she works from service line and the back line. Kyle's in the backcourt with her. 2 points to go to claim game 2. And a nice power shot by Even Linden, who has proved aggressive no matter her position on the court. Linden giving the ball over to Kendra Faulkner. Kendra with a service. Hiles. Riddle. And the push by Laura Linden. Nice job by Riddle to get there. Setting things up is Fife. Off the block at number 5, Lucy Bressler. Well, just like so many of the other attacking players, Bressler proving that she's more than just the kill shots. You can do the block up there too. Jessica Riddle serving deep to Eva Linden, trying to get things going. The Trojan faithful with McClapping. 24-19, a 5-point advantage, point game, and a huge edge if Anacortes can put this one away. Line gang in the both Trojans. Kyle stretches and makes the play like a goalkeeper. And then the other way, her opposite number, Audra Coquet. And Fife gets the ball back, 24-20 the score. You're watching the WIAA network. Back in Ariel Barber, replacing Claire Smith. Angela Langang, the junior libero, will serve for the Trojans. Down the middle to Rodriguez, number 1 to number 1. And off the block, kept alive and popped over. Riddle setting it up is Callis. Powering it down is number 5, Lucy Bressler. Trojans are there. Far side, Riddle from the behind the line, 24-20. Hustling, Riddle can't get there, and it's 24-21. Heroic effort by Anacortes' back line, but Callis and Riddle couldn't keep it alive, and a timeout called at the point game mark by Coach Schwab. 24 for Anacortes, 21 for Fife. Back to action, the Trojans scrambling to reclaim a game here. Down by 3 to Anacortes, will lead them 1-0 in that score department. And rising up is Lucy Bressler to put away the setup by Hiles, and claiming game 2 by a score of 25-21. The Seahawks, 6th ranked that they are, in great position. Trojans down 2-0. Back with game 3 after this. You're watching the WIAA network coverage of the 2A Volleyball Championships.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities activities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Welcome back to the WIAA 2A volleyball tournament here in the first round. Anacortes Seahawks have had trouble with Fife, but then they've righted the ship in each of the first two games and have a two-game lead here. Fife yielding the first point. I should say winning the first point. And Anacortes the Trojans a healthy history in getting here, topping the SPSL 2A. Their only regular season loss came to Washington 3-2 back at the end of September. And really, they didn't drop a lot. And again, this is a league that has 5 teams in the state tournament. So a lot of 3-0 scores. White River down that way, Sumner, Steilacoom, as well as Franklin Pierce and Ording. As a matter of fact, the first set to go against them was the 2 by Fife. And then after that, they got back to Washington by the same game score of 3-2. So very competitive team, this Fife team. And then they dropped a set to Sumner on October 27th in district play, winning 3-1. And we're down eventually 3-1 to the Squim Wolves coming down from way up there in the Banana Belt, the Sun Belt, if you will. 3-2. The hometown Trojans battling hard against the 6th-ranked Seahawks. And we got a tie here in game number 3. 3-all. Laura Linden, the senior of the Linden sisters, serves. Gets the point that gets them ahead, 4-3. And Coach Shula coaching up on the sideline at the bench. She calls the signal while she's talking to the bench, so Laura Linden gets that. Serves deep into the corner where Jessica Riddle pops it up. And it's set up nicely for Taylor Rodriguez, but the Trojans, well, they seem to handle it well, but the point goes to Anacortes, and we'll have our third tie of the game at 4-all. With Marla Melling taking hold of the ball to serve it. Lucy Bessler up at the net along with Jessica Riddle and Taylor Rodriguez as the game officials look and the coaches trade comments about the scorekeeping. Well, it's not an easy sport to play. A lot of technical aspect as well as the athletic aspect. You got to be in great shape. It's ideal if you've got the ability to jump at the net, but it doesn't really matter your length, if you will, your height. You can scramble and make some digs or perfect the setup. Dig, set, kill. 5-3, the hometown Trojans. Here in Lakewood, I suppose you wouldn't call them hometown, except they're the home team on the scoreboard. Laura Linden goes after them, and it's a 6-3 advantage with the Fife team scrambling for one game to get back into this. Don't forget, when Seahawks went down, they won the first game and then dropped 3 straight to Washington. The Fife squad knows about these Patriots, having lost to them. And the only other loss was outside the conference. To Squim. 7-3, Trojans have the ball. I'm Tom Smith. Glad you've dialed us up here in the WIAA network. I'd like to salute Sue Schroeder, our camera, as well as our producer, Daniel. Big shout out to Ian and Emily, his 2 little Pudgkins. And a timeout called as it's 8-3. And the Seahawks down to the Trojans here in game number 3.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Now the Trojans break the huddle, as do the Seahawks. Fife leading Anacortes in game number 3, 8-3, and they need a game down 2-0 on the game score. Ariel Barber now, the freshman serving to the Seahawks, scrambling. Jessica Riddle gets up and powers it through the blocking effort of Eva Linden and Claire Smith. And Riddle, the class operator here. Taylor Rodriguez serving. It's a team sport, but boy, is it fun to see a player rise to the occasion. And there's more good stuff in store today and tomorrow on the WIAA network. What's neat is you think, okay, 4A, 3A, we know they're good. But you look at the lineup. 3 defending champions in the field, including West Valley, Burlington Edison, and Colville. Colville moving up a classification, West Valley moving down, and of course Burlington Edison defending 2A champions. 9-5, goes 9-6. As Jessica Riddle steps up to serve for the Seahawks here in game 3. Riddle's contributed in so many ways. Powering kills, jumping up for blocks, digging, setting, serving. And she gets the rally going here, but Fife is true to it. And Eva Linden right to Jessica Riddle, has to go over in trouble. And Eva Linden again involved. And her sister Laura, after the setup by Coquet, unable to get there. Laura Linden yields the ball and the point to Anacortes. 9-7. Big shout out to the crew carrying the games on court 2. Tumwater already booked themselves into the quarterfinal. Who, winning here, will take on the second-ranked T-Birds. And Fife opens up the floor of the Seahawks. Out goes Joseph. In comes Faulkner, and Kendra will serve. Leading by 3 here in game number 3 against the 6th-ranked Seahawks. Riddle gets underneath the serve. The other way, Maddie Keltner finds an opening, and even though Eva Linden got there, it wasn't good enough. A nice job by Keltner. Get herself a kill. And the miscue on the serve, Kristen Hiles. Angela Langain, junior libero, serving for Fife, hanging on to that 3-point lead in the seesaw affair. Nice get by Riddle off the net effort. The let service. Laura Linden deep to Hiles. Down the middle goes Maddie Keltner. And she pumps the air, celebrating the point. More coaching from Coach Schwab to Anacortes as Kiana Callas sets to serve. Faulkner underneath. Coquet can't get it to a diving Langang. And it's 11-10. Seahawks within 1 here in game 3. They had to come from behind to take game number 2. Palace, confident server. Deep and long on the effort by Laura Linden. Kiana Callas serving. Deep to Angela Langang. Up and powering is Eva Linden from behind the line. We're at 11 all. Popped up at the net. Served the other way. Laura Linden powering. Good get by Hiles. Jessica Riddle from behind finds the open space and gets the kill. And she's got 10 of those to go along with the other things she's done to help out in the tie in the match. For the 4th time is succumbed, but right now we get the 5th tie on the bad service. So the service error to Anacortes and a chance for the Trojans to get back in front again. Audra Coquet coming the other way. Melning challenge in the block of the set, and it comes down. Advantage Seahawks, and they get the ball with a 13-12 lead. Winning the block was number 7, Maddie Keltner. And number 9, Melling. Powering it is Eva Linden. Boy, did she do that with emphasis. Yep. Think about the Trojans when you think about a comeback ability. 6th tie of this match. We saw the Trojans hang in tough and eventually losing 25-21 after dropping the first game 25-17. Can they hang tough and win one against the 6th-ranked Seahawks? 13 all. Riddle goes over deep. Had to get it. Langang now has to go over, and it won't make it in time. Junior Angela Langang going to be part of the building blocks for next year as they'll Fife Trojans will graduate Linden and Coquet. Coming back the other way, and there's Eva Linden. The sophomore, Laura Linden, her sister, will graduate. The sophomore will be part of the building blocks for next year as well. Jocelyn McNabb, the other freshman in the squad, yet to see her in action, but she looks to be a big contributor as well. Along with Faulkner and Barber and the aforementioned Langang, Joseph, the freshman. And so, Fife Trojans using every opportunity. Barber serving for Fife, all tied at 14. And a whistle at the net. As Kiana Callis with a violation, 15-14. Barber continues to serve. And it's 16-14. Ariel Barber fashioning a string here, trying to build that lead back up for the Trojans, who led fairly well. Seahawks battle their way back. Jessica Riddle. Wow, when they get it right, the Seahawks combination just looks awesome. 16-15, down by 1. Taylor Rodriguez to serve. Deep to Laura Linden. Near set. Claire Smith tries to find an opening. Jessica Riddle gets up and goes down the line, and there's nothing Audra Coquet can do. As Riddle continues with her kill shots. All tied at 16. The 8th lead of the match, or of the game, I should say. Bumping it up. Setting up Jessica Riddle. She goes cross court this time. Laura Linden is good, but it's at the net in trouble. Just to be sure, Lucy Bessler was there. And it will be 17-16 advantage for the Seahawks. So Trojans get a lead. Seahawks work it back. Taylor Rodriguez, the senior, one of 3 who will graduate for the Seahawks. Deep to Langang. And it's Laura Linden finding her way to a 17-all tie for the Trojans. Coming down from Fife. Cross court, 17-all rally. And Eva Linden into the net, an unforced error, and it gives the ball and the point to the Seahawks. Riddle serving. Coquet back to Laura Linden, who finds it, gets the winner. And she has 5 kill shots. Serving is Kendra Faulkner at 18 all, a 10th such tie. Trojans celebrate the kill. And the rally at the net, 19-18 advantage here in game 3. And a 2-point edge, first to 20 is Fife for the first time in this match. Kendra Faulkner leading the way from the service line. Over the top of the tape. Far side, down the line, Maddie Keltner. They can't convert it. Claire Smith goes over. This time they go to Jessica Riddle from behind the line. She leaps from behind the line and powers one down. And it's Laura Linden trying to get things going. Smith goes over. Coquet actually goes over. And it's Riddle to Laura Linden. Popped up by Coquet. Bumping it up. Keltner now. Laura Linden, and that one was going to drop, and Kristen Hiles had to get in there. Laura Linden coming alive for the Trojans with a 21-18 lead. 4 points away from claiming the game and a 3-point edge against the 6th-ranked Seahawks. Anacortes sets up their defense. Faulkner with the service. Battle at the net, and Kiana Callis It dropped down on the Anacortes side, so it's 22-18. 3 points to game 3. And the Trojans need this to stay alive. The Seahawks call the timeout as Kelsey Schwab wants to talk it over with her Seahawks. Down 22-18. Seahawks out of their timeout, trying to get back in with Trojans as Jessica Riddle appealing to the referee number 1, Jim Orr. Troy Lee, the down official, talking it over with Coach Shula of the Fife Trojans. 22 for the Trojans, 18 for the Seahawks. 6th ranked Anacortes now, leading 2-0, does not want to yield a set to Fife. Calm before the storm. Kendra Faulkner awaiting the go-ahead whistle. Swap talking things over with the down official Troy Lee, R2. Point made. May check with the bench. So we tune back in for action, and yeah, this is part of it too. And they call in an event coordinator. And the Fife Trojans will huddle. Seahawks call themselves together, the players on the floor conferring with themselves and with each other. On the whole, a well-run tournament, folks. Well worth coming down if you can, and if you can't, we're glad you dialed us up right here on the WIAA network. And maybe you've been here and you're reviewing this on the Play on Demand feature. Well, we're happy you're here. And a frenetic sport like this, the pitched competition, it's good to get a breather once in a while. Glad you are here for all the action. And the R2 signals, so it's all been sorted out. Still 22-18 in game number 3. Anacortes Seahawks trying to figure out a way to get back in this game. They've got 3 points to defend and 7 points to make. 22-28, and it drops on the Trojan side, so it's 22-19, and Coach Shula disappointed. The momentum of the Trojans has been interrupted. But not knowing what the discussion is, it's hard to make any comment other than they've got to deal with what they've got to deal with. Down the middle, Claire Smith tries to push it to the line that was open, and she pushes it wide. 22-20, Seahawks climbing back in. Hiles serving deep to Eva Linden, who's been an outstanding player for the Fife Trojans. And a rare miscue for Eva. And a timeout at 22-21. The Fife Trojans, poised to grab game number 3, cannot afford to lose this one and let Anacortes catch up or go ahead. And a quick timeout. The Trojans are ready. Just a quick word from Coach Shula about putting it away. Hiles serving, down by 1. Eva Linden. Far side to Laura Linden on the set by Coquet. Block at the net by Claire Smith. Set up for Coquet, who has to go over. She pushes over the block. Down the middle, number 9 the other way is Marla Melling. Laura Linden, and I don't think it ever went over. Point to Anacortes, because it went down the net, and we're all tied at 22. And pulling her hair out is Shauna Shula on that one. Once again, the only upset so far that we're aware of in the tournament comes with the Washington Patriots from the SPSL 2A. And Fife would like to be a part of that story as well. And the 10th tie, they play the rally. And the winner, 23-22 now. The edge goes to Anacortes, the Seahawks. And the big block by Tiana Callas and Marla Messing, who powered the earlier winner. And a timeout called. Match point for Anacortes, 24-22, and the Fife Trojans need to feel their oats, find their oats, and get back in this one. Now Fife was marching in that interruption, whether planned or otherwise. It's worked to the advantage of the Seahawks, who climbed from behind. And the point match goes to the Anacortes Seahawks, downing a trusty true Fife Trojan squad, 25-22. So your game scores are 25-17, 25-21, and 25-22. But in the end, the Trojans fall 3-0 over Anacortes. Player of the game for me is Eva Linden for the Trojans. Just a heroic effort, but both squads need to be acknowledged. Kiana Callas given the Sportsmanship Award for the Anacortes Seahawks. And they had an outstanding game, but the power hitter was Jessica Riddle. And tremendous play throughout and up and down that lineup. Well, final score is 3-0, 3-0 game winner. And it'll be Anacortes, 6th ranked, going against 2nd ranked Tumwater at 8:15 tonight on court number 1. Our next game will be Mark Morris and 1st ranked Colville, as the Indians have brought their contingent to town. For Nathaniel Jackson and Sue Schroeder, our producer and camera person, I'm Tom Smith. Glad you joined us. This has been the WIAA Network coverage of the 2A volleyball tournament here at Pierce College. So long.